All right, welcome to the Fantasy Six Pack Hour. Tonight we're talking heat checks. So naturally, AJ is going to be forgetting what the topic is and showing up with a Sixers rant. We'll be back.
The Fantasy Six Pack Hour with your hosts Joe Bond and AJ Applegarth.
All right. Welcome to the Fantasy Six Pack Hour. My name is Joe Bond, founder of FantasySixPack.net. With me tonight, Corey Pieper. What's going on, man?
Just watching AJ's Phillies in the background here, trying to make the mount the late comeback. It's got a late triple. See if they can pull this off yet here. We'll see.
Sounds good to me. I got to put it on.
2 outs, bottom of the ninth.
Now we've lost AJ for the next 10 minutes.
2 outs, bottom of the ninth there. It could be a short loss.
Yeah.
And my other co-host, AJ Applegarth. How's it going on? How's it going tonight, man?
How's it going on? That's a good one. I don't know how to respond to that one, but
that was two questions in one.
It's going on in a way that I just don't know how.
All right, sounds good.
That's a sweet Beavis and Butthead shirt. Just
Thank you.
No,
it's literally from the 90s and somehow still fits me. A little tighter, but it fits.
Jamie's itching for the football talk. Coming soon, man. Give it a couple months, man. We got to give baseball a little bit of love. Come on. Anyway, tonight, like I said, we're going to be talking about call it the heat check. Talking about some guys who are heating up, cooling off. We split the first. We did the notes like the first 35-ish days or whatever. So split it in half. Guys that are going in one direction, guys that are going in the other, to talk about, whether or not, the hot start or the cold start was something we can just forget about, and vice versa. So we'll get into all that. But of course, first, remind you while you're here, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that little bell to remind you that our show is live and all the other stuff that we got here over on the Fantasy Six Pack YouTube. And of course, our all access memberships are still active, always active over on Fantasy Six Pack. Our Wolverine rankings, we've got DFS cheat sheets, we've got projections, and of course, all our football content is starting to roll out too. So if you play fantasy football, which I'm sure many of you do, you can go ahead and get access to all that stuff. And yeah. Without further ado, though, let's bring in our guest for the week. Bogman, what's going on, man?
What's going on, boys? Thank you for having me. Excited to talk some stickball here with you guys, even though I also love football. But we're in the middle of it. It's baseball season. Let's roll it.
Now, right? It's only been a month, Jamie. Gotta give us some time. And I gotta plug in my computer before it dies. So hang on one second.
Good thing Fantasy Six Pack has a
usually
Wednesday
something you should try to do.
Yeah, right. I just looked at my battery and was like, oh, I forgot to plug that in. That's not good.
There's the end of the game.
Probably plug in
here. Phillies game over.
Damn it.
They lost.
They did lose 4-2 to the Nationals.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Series.
All right, so let's jump right into things here. We're gonna do some hitters that are fading, some hitters that are heating up, and then pitchers, the exact same thing. So we'll start with the hitters that are cooling off here. Start off with Wilyer Abreu. Over the first 14 days, now we took these stat lines probably about a day and a half ago, so just keep in mind that maybe they're slightly different, but I think the overall trend is still the same for these guys. So the first 14 days, 11 runs, 3 home runs, 12 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting a nice 362. Fast forward, 5 runs, 2 home runs. Okay, you'll take the 2 home runs, 6 RBI, 2 stolen bases. All right, that's about the same. Batting average all the way down to 171. Bogman, we will start with you, man. What are you thinking here with Abreu? Was a hot start just a mirage, or this just a cold stretch for him?
I mean, I think the pace at which he started was kind of insane, right? Like, obviously, I feel like he's going to come back down to earth. That's happened a little bit, but I'm not too worried about him. 3 for 4 the other night. He still has one of the highest walk percentages in the league. The WOBA is still strong. BABIP is high, but not insane high, like not crazy high, like maybe the next guy's BABIP, but it's pretty high. So, I think he's going to be fine. I think if you expect what you got from the first 2 weeks, you're a crazy person. He is going to come back down to earth, but he's one of those, outfielder 4, outfielder 5. I almost said wide receiver. Been doing so much draft stuff, by the way. But he's an outfielder 4, outfielder 5, a util bat for most of the season. But as shown by the first couple weeks, he can go on a hot streak and carry you. So, yeah, I think I like Wilyer. I'm not punching out quite yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you can get 20 home runs out of him the whole season, I think we're still doing pretty good. He can probably get up to 20 stolen bases too, which is pretty nice. I'm curious anybody's thoughts here on where the batting average finishes.
It'll finish higher than you think because they're never going to play him against lefties, right? So on the season, that's part of the issue when it comes to Wilyer is that he's been up 11 or 14 times against lefties. He has 2 for 11 against them on the season. So he's hitting 182 against lefties. He's hitting 310 against righties. So I think the batting average will settle in the 260, 270 range, but it's going to come with limited playing time because I do not think they're going to suddenly. Rev Snyder crushes lefties. Like we talk about Rev Snyder, he probably doesn't get the love. The man demolishes lefties, so they're going to continue to use him against lefties. And I do not see Wilyer Abreu suddenly gaining more playing time in that sense. So I think it's probably like 130 games, 20 to 25 home runs, 270, and chips in some steals. It's a good ball player. It's not a star.
Yeah. I'm looking at the right now the BADX estimated average for the rest of the season. Anybody want to give a crack?
I have it up, so I can't say.
Joe's got it.
265.
AJ, you got one?
282. I don't know. I don't have it up, so I don't know.
246 for the rest of the season. I mean, dude's hitting 295 right now.
That means he's batting like what, 220 the rest of the way?
Well, I think it's 246 is what they have him hitting
forward.
from this point forward.
Oh, got it. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah.
But right. Yeah, I mean, so he'll drag down to probably exactly right around what CK said, maybe a little bit lower, maybe 250-ish, somewhere in that neighborhood for the season. But yeah, I think you want those homers. But I will say this about Boston: they have guys coming up. They're willing to make a trade. So if I think if Wilyer's gone, or if he gets pushed out of, the heavy platoon side, he might get traded. So yeah, I still like Wilyer for the rest of the year.
Yeah. AJ, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, not much.
Other way around, or do you just kind of agree with what they're saying?
No, I mean, I'm worried about the long term, just because seeing what happened last year with him. Again, same thing. He was really hot, and then he got platooned, and then he just, he was good, but then he was bad, and then he was good. He was just too inconsistent. I'm still on board with him right now, but if he starts getting a little inconsistent, and it depends though. The trade aspect of it is a good thing to monitor. So that might keep me invested a little bit longer, just to see what kind of landing spot he gets. So yeah, I'm still in on him right now.
All right. So next guy up here is one that been a superstar in the past, maybe not so much anymore. George Springer had quite the nice start here. 2 home runs, 10 home runs, or 2 home runs, 10 RBI, 6 runs, 2 stolen bases, batting .400. Since then, 4 runs, 2 RBI, 0 home runs, 2 stolen bases, batting average since then .229. Bogman, what's your thoughts on Springer?
Weirder profile for sure, right? At least what he's doing this year. Launch angle's 19.5 degrees when his career is 12.3, so he's trying to, get under it. Strikeout percentage is the highest since 2016. highest walk percentage in his career, and his BABIP is currently 400. That's what I was talking about. 295 is his career, so 105 points better on the BABIP. I think you get about the same that you always get from Springer, but you just have to know that he's on the decline. Like, it's coming. He's older. He gets hurt a little bit easier as well. So, it's normal Springer, but he's on the downslope. And the bottom, I feel like at this point, can probably fall out at any time.
Yeah, not that he had any problems getting hurt in the past, but I'll say this. I mean, his, the number of games he's played the last few years has been pretty high. So,
it has been.
Maybe six it up.
He's one of those guys I feel like, he misses a game and then he's questionable to play and then plays every game. He's the Steve McNair of outfielders here.
So he's never like fully healthy. He just like plays through it, and you're like, I wish he would just like sit a week and come back and be 100, close to 100% as you can be. But yeah,
I think he's found the fountain of youth. Personally, this Statcast page is lit up bright red here. Suddenly 50% hard hit rate, and like Bogman said, he's got this 19.5-degree launch angle, so he's selling out for these fly balls, but it's not hurting him, right? Barrels rates up, exit velocities are up. I don't know. It looks pretty impressive right now. I don't suddenly think we're going to get the prime George Springer again, where he's pounding out. I think he had a 39 or maybe a 40 homer season with Houston in there early in his career. Yeah, I don't think we'll get that again, but 2019. Okay. So then I don't know if we'll get that again, but that looks like a 25 home run profile right there. And since he's gotten to Toronto, he's cranked up the stolen bases in his upper ages here. So I'm a little excited by what it looks like for Springer.
So you're thinking we get more of like the 2022 George Springer, where he hit 25 bombs and stole 14.
Yep, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah. What's the average on that?
The average that year was 267.
I mean, what I'm saying is, what do you think his average checks in at for the rest of the year, CK?
I think so. He's at 306 now, right? It drops down from there. There's no way he's hitting 306.
Yeah. But, I mean, his career is what, 263?
Yeah. And if he's hitting that many fly balls, that'll drop even more. But I think it drops down. If he's at 306 now, I think he can hold 270.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I hope you're right. I see this big looping swing. I don't like it. The strikeout rate is higher than it's been since I think 2020 or maybe even before that. I just don't like it when guys change this much all in one season. It's working now. I fear like the slump going, like it's really hot now. I feel the slump coming in, and him being bad for like a month or something.
I mean, I will say he's walking a lot more too. So like maybe being a little more selective, the pitches that he's swinging at, he's just really going for. But with those types of uppercut swings and those like all or nothing swings, you are going to get stretches where they just swing and miss completely. I mean, we have a ton of players like that. We see it all the time. So you're going to have to live and die with that with him. But I mean, I like him going forward. I'm not sure I'm buying in on the 25 home run for the season, but I think, I think he's going to be solid for the rest of the year, barring health.
Yeah. So I like him for now. But again, I think it's somebody I may end up rage dropping in a few weeks if he just goes for like 3 days straight offers and Ks and no points.
We call that a Kyron Paris now, just so you know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not nice.
So boom.
It is true. Boom, roasted.
We'll get there. But yeah, I mean, the walk rate is definitely higher than the last 3 years. So that's nice to see. But his on base is still over 400. Like, that's not going to maintain. Obviously the average, like you guys said, is going to drop. I see that being probably around that 265, 270 area too. Just back in line with his career hitting. I do like the steals, and I'm buying into at least 20 homers. 25 might be a stretch, but you never know. The biggest thing that I have, biggest beef I have with him right now is the fact that it's a low day of games and he decided to sit. So I have yet another empty roster space because of that. So thank you for sitting today, Springer, and not yesterday instead.
That was me and Yelich. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah. It's like, all right. Almost got rage trapped today, honestly.
No.
Get your ass in that lineup. Come on. What are you doing?
All right. Let's turn over here to a player that is heating up a little bit, I should say, maybe just a little bit. Mr. Pete Crow-Armstrong. We're hearing MVP talks right now, man. Ooh, baby. First 14 days, I mean, look, was still an all right player, but, you know, just the 5 RBI, got the steals, right? Batting 197 was pretty rough. But honestly, I think that's kind of what maybe, you know, a little bit better average, but I think that's what a lot of people expected. 0 power, all speed, get on base, go steal a base, right? Since then, he has hit 5 bombs, 14 RBI, stolen 6 more bases, batted a cool .413. Bogman. I mean, is this guy has he figured out his power stroke this quickly?
What, you don't think that 413 is going to stick for the year? Come on. Look, PCA looks awesome right now. He's been doing so well. It's hard to see the downside. Even the XBA is 268. He's hitting 275. Whatever. He's stealing at a crazy pace. His ISO is in the top 25. I don't think that's going to stick. The walk rate is horrible, right? It's 146 out of 165 qualified batters. K percentage is kind of middle of the pack. Do I think this is going to last forever? No, but I love, a young player here with power speed combo who's not hitting way above his weight here. So even when he comes down, the speed is still going to be there, and the power looks somewhat sustainable right now. What's his? I'm sure his ISO is insane right now. What is it? 250. Last year was 148. I mean, I don't know if that's sticking, right? But
a bit of a difference.
Yeah, I mean, look, 20
minor
homers,
leagues was
255
last year.
Let's go. Yeah. Okay, so 25 homers, 35 stolen bases, somewhere in that neighborhood. Let's take that. I like it. I'm buying. I'm a big buy on PCA.
I'm just not sure I'm buying the power. I think, you know, he might fall in at this point to like 17, 18 home runs, but there's zero chance he stays on this pace. Even 6 total in the month. Like, I don't think he stays on that pace. That's
he ain't hitting 30.
I don't think that's the guy, you know, he's at. I don't think that's the player he's really ever going to be. So I don't know. Anybody else have any thoughts on him?
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the sorry, Corey, looking at his last year's stats. You know, he's only in 123 games. You know, and he had hit 10 homers. So he's in a third of those games this year, and he's already at 6. I don't know. I just think it's a quick power stroke, and you know, I just don't know if it can maintain either. So.
Yeah, they say that the last tool to develop is the power, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe it's coming around here.
Yeah, could
be. Certainly,
devil's advocate. I'm not trying to.
He is certainly selling out for the power. We're talking about George Springer with a high launch angle, 20-degree launch angle for PCA, just straight up launching the ball into the air here. He's going to be in the lineup every day. I think the steals are real. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he stole 40 bases, right?
Right.
The average, if you're going to launch the ball that much and chase 42%, something doesn't match up between the chase rate and the strikeouts. That's the real question, right? The dude is chasing 42% of the time, and he's only striking out 21% of the time. That won't last. Either he's going to have to stop chasing or he's going to start striking out more. The average drops. And then it becomes sell out for power or steal bases option, which can work. I mean, that's kind of what Byron Buxton became for a long time, and he's been valuable. So he can still be valuable for fantasy, but that screams what he's hitting. What right now? He is at 270. Is that right? 266. That's like a 230 profile to me. So I think he's got 20 home runs in there. I think he's got 40 steals in there, but it's going to be with a low batting average.
Would you guys trade him for like someone that was ranked high and is struggling right now? I'm trying to pull up a good name here. Let's say like Brent Doyle's hitting 241. Had a huge year with the power and the speed. You're not taking Doyle?
Probably not that.
No.
What about how about Brian Reynolds?
Oh, 1,000%. That's my guy.
He's struggling right now, though.
That's my boy.
3 homers, 2 stolen bases, 236. I didn't know he was your cousin.
He's my guy. He's my guy. We're riding this out for the long haul.
We've had this discussion, and it's not ended well because Corey just took it over.
I'm not giving up yet.
Randy Arozarena?
No.
No, I'll take PCA.
Not doing
Nah.
Randy.
Reynolds is close because you're not going to get the speed.
Yeah.
But I think the batting average will be far and away better from here on out.
Who do you
him.
would you guys rather have, Christian Yelich or PCA for the rest of the season?
Yelich. I still trust Yelich more than
Yelich
that.
hitting 220. He's got 5 homers and 6 swipes.
He's
hitting
doing the same
220.
thing.
Yeah, he's
That's
hitting
that
220.
is what I still think PCA settles into. He's just on a bit of a heater, and Yelich is on a bit of a he can't get anything to fall.
Yelich's
Fight,
OBP is also like 400, so that's okay. So,
How about Ian Happ? Last one.
Nah, I'll take PCA.
Nah, I like PCA.
Happ's been doing all right, actually.
He's been doing fine, but he's got 1 homer.
That depends
Swipes,
what type of a
or
league
2
it
homers,
is.
1 swipe.
If it's a rotisserie league, I'll take PCA. If it's a points league, give me Happ.
That's
fair.
Yeah.
That's a good one. All right, let's move over here to speaking of the Nationals from earlier. Mr. Dylan Cruz started off, man. People were like, "Oh man, prospect, slump here." First 14 days was not pretty for him. Batting 116, 0 home runs, got the 3 steals at least. No RBI either. But the last since then, 12 runs, 4 home runs, 6 RBI, 3 stolen bases. Batted 321. Bogman, what's your thoughts here on Cruz? Which one's the real Dylan Cruz?
I think the better one is the real Dylan Cruz. I'll say, you look at his overall numbers and they're garbage, right? Walk percentage, he's at 2.8%. That's 156 out of 165 qualified batters. That's pretty bad. K rate is 143 out of 165 qualified. But the XBA is 265 when he's only hitting 212. Mm-hmm. The BABIP is actually up from last season. Weirder profile. He's been hitting 6, 7, 8. I think my thing with Cruz is I don't give up on Cruz until the Nationals give up on Cruz. When they send him down, I'll be done with him. But I bought my ticket on the Cruz ride, and I'm going to stay on it until they decide to send him down to AAA. Hopefully, he doesn't gamble all night.
It's funny you mentioned the expected batting average because if you look at it this year, 265 to 212, right? Very similar last year. 253 expected to 218 batting, for real batting average. So maybe that is the real Dylan Cruz.
It might just be the way it is.
It's just that's just a weird thing. Hopefully he can get the batting average up, right? And he's striking out a ton more this year, walking less. So that's a concern. The that hurts you in the OBP leagues, right? Not that the OBP was great last season either.
Under 300, not ideal. But
not ideal.
I mean, the average is right in line, so
get that batting average some blue chew. That's what we need.
I mean, seriously, he's got in the minors. He was hitting 265, 274 in AA last year. The strikeout rate to walk rate is ungodly. I mean, he's barely walking at all, and he's striking out nearly 30%. So that needs to kind of level out at some point for me to really want to be all in on him.
One thing that gets me with him is he hits a lot of ground balls. Yeah, that is concerning. His launch angle, we've been talking about some other guys' launch angles are up in the 20s, 18, even 15%. 5.4. It was 8.8 last year.
Man,
a lot of ground balls. So unless you're just hitting missiles, you're not.
Needs a trip to drive line.
Yeah, right. It's that's gonna be tough to get his batting average up if he's just bouncing them, 6 feet in front of the plate. So that's gonna be tough for him. I think he's got to figure out how to get that launch angle up. I think in order for us to really start believing in him getting that batting average up and maintaining a pace with his home runs.
So there's the new batted ball profile on StatCast in the last couple of weeks here, which talks about even when you hit the ball in the air, where is it going, right? So the thing that's shocking with him is the pulled air percentage is 6%, meaning that's how you hit the ball out is you pull it in the air. I think Paredes is 60% right now, but James Wood doesn't hit the ball on the pulled tip side to the air, but he has so much power that he can hit it out. Cruz isn't doing it either. So maybe the Nationals are teaching these guys something in the minor leagues where we just want you to make power and hit it. But if you're not pulling it in the air, it's really hard to hit for home runs. So I think he can steal bases at a huge clip. Like Bogman said, as long as the Nationals trust him, I'm just going to keep him on every team I have. Like, I don't care if it's 3 outfielder leagues, really shallow. I'll keep him because he's going to steal 40 bases. But if the Nationals, they actually moved him up in the lineup a little bit. So it seems like they're fine with this, but it's not exactly the fantasy star skill set that I was hoping I was getting here. It looks more like a speed guy who's going to chip in some home runs than someone who's going to dominate in all 5 categories.
Yeah, I will say his line drive rate is up 7% from last season. Ground ball rate down 7%. So I mean, that's moving in the right direction. But you want to see more. I think the percentages are still really too high and too low in those categories.
See that 26% opposite air percentage? That's the worrisome thing there. If you're hitting 26% of your balls in the opposite field in the air, you better have some James Wood, Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani like power. And Dylan Cruz's 90 mile an hour average exit velocity is not that. So gonna be hard for him.
Yeah. I have a bonus one here, actually.
Bonus.
I want to ask you guys your opinion on Noelvi Marte.
Ooh. Good.
Obviously, the first 14, like, it's really hard to get the stats because he was barely playing, right? So, but we know what he has done over the last week and change. It has been great. Like, he's got himself a lineup spot now. It feels like. Do we think this is the prospect we all thought we were getting, like 2 years ago now? It feels like. Bogman, thoughts?
Joe, are you saying he has an injection of great stats here? Is that what you're trying to say? Noelvi Marte. I mean, look,
that is a positive assessment.
Zing zong. We're on fire here. All the dumb dad jokes. Look, he's been great. He's been great, and this is worth a pickup. This is a guy. If he's on the wire, would you guys dump Dylan Cruz to pick up Noelvi Marte? I think I probably would, even though I want the upside of Cruz. You're getting it from Marte right now.
I'm hoping you have worse than Dylan Cruz to drop.
Me too, but
you're talking some AJ 10-man leagues for that.
I mean, he was sitting out there. I grabbed him. Unfortunately, it was after the 29-point ridiculousness against Baltimore. Now,
how are you doing in those Yahoo public leagues?
Yeah, no, this is just an old home league that I've been in forever. But yeah, it's dwindled down to 10 teams now, so it's definitely not as competitive. Are we still competitive? But it's not analysts, put it that way.
Yeah, I got it.
Is anybody else even a little concerned about Noelvi Marte's playing time still when everybody's back there? Because that's still where I'm at here, right? So, yeah, just remember, we're like 2 weeks removed from this brother getting sent down to the minor leagues because it was a struggle. And then, was it Spencer Steer? No, it was John Candelario got hurt, right, with his back injury. But eventually, CES is coming back. Candelario's coming back. Spencer Steer is going to play somewhere.
Don't scare me. I'll say that. Like, those guys don't scare me. I mean, Candelario was terrible before he got sent down, right?
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yes,
either, honestly.
Hopefully Marte has been terrible except for the last 10 games of his career.
Sure. I don't. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I just I think if
counterpoint,
if Marte shows any life in that bat, I don't think there's any way he loses his spot. Honestly, especially to those guys.
Maybe it's not Cruz, right? Maybe you're looking to dump somebody worse than Cruz, but this is your streaming spot guy, right? Like, pick him up now, ride the hot wave, and dump him as soon as he goes 0 for 4 2 days in a row, right? Like that.
Corey, how much did he go in our Earth League?
Oh,
we put a healthy bid on him.
It was like an over 270, I think.
We put a $74 bid on him. We were like, we needed help. Like, our corner infield has been Ty France all season long because we've just been decimated by injuries. We were like, we got to go get him. And we read some other bids that went out. We were like, all right, we're going to go like $10 higher just to do it. And for $200 more than we did. And I was like, have fun.
Somebody gave him that Rockies Chris Bryant contract over there.
Oh, no.
Love it. That's way too much.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that I
went for like 600. That was hilarious. I was like, man, have fun, dude.
August, I didn't tell you that, any of you, other than Joe. I need a catcher terribly in this one league, right? I'm
rolling
Elias Diaz. I bet 260 on Augustin Ramirez, thinking I got a great chance here. I'm going to get him $600. Somebody did
Good Lord.
$600.
Oh,
So I'm rolling Elias Diaz because
Had no idea you were in the league with Augustin Ramirez's dad, did you?
It had to be his
Yeah.
dad or something, man. Like, I could not believe it.
I'm spending all my fab and my brothers.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody thinks they can
Get you
earn that
home.
money back somehow. I don't know. All right, let's move on here to some pitchers. So pitchers here that are cooling down. Starting off here with guy in my heart here because he helped me win a league one year. Taj Bradley, first couple of starts here of the season were pretty good for him. 21 Ks in 17 innings, 3.71 ERA, kind of what you expect from Taj Bradley. So not bad, but 106 WHIP, that was phenomenal for him. Since then, 11 innings, 6 Ks, a 7.15 ERA, 1.85 WHIP. So it's gone bad. Now, granted, pitching is hard to, these small sample sizes. Pitching is really hard to assess in these small, one bad start could just crush your stats. One good start could just, really make you look awesome. But what are we thinking about Taj Bradley the rest of the season, Bogman?
Look, 4 of the 6 have been quality, like you said. He had the one blow up against the Yankees in that shoebox of a ballpark they're playing in this year. So I do like him, but I'll say, dude, I hate the walk percentage. It's 68 of 86 qualified. The K percentage is 19.7. It's less than 20%. It's not good. He's walking guys a bunch and letting guys get hits. It's not a good combo. I'll say this though, as CK pointed out to me a couple weeks ago, the Rays are playing a ton of games at home to start, and then they're going to go on a nice road trip here for a big chunk of the summer. So away from that ballpark, I like Taj. So we might see a nice little turnout from him coming up here, but I don't know. The first sign of danger, the first sign of shakiness, gone. That's what I'll say about Taj.
I think Taj for me is a slightly better than streamable asset, right? Like you're not only picking him up against the Pirates, right, or the Rockies, it's like some of these guys, right? He will be better against other maybe slightly below average MLB teams. But he's a guy who, when they face Arizona's, the Yankees, everybody else like that, no way am I touching him. Because he walks far too many guys, and against the below average, the worst teams in the league, the walks aren't going to kill you. But against teams like Arizona and New York, you'll get obliterated, and he has. Yeah. That's what's been happening. So I'm out on those, but he's a good streamable asset for me.
Yeah, I mean the interesting thing, granted, he's only had 2 away games so far, and again, it was Texas Texas and Arizona, so not the best of competition to judge it on. His ERA against those 2 teams is 5.73, sitting at 4.07 in the home games. So I don't expect that home away split to maintain based on such a small sample size. I want to get him out of that ballpark and get him on the road and actually give him a chance against some of these other teams that he'll be facing. Do want to see the K's come back up though. I mean, 3 straight games
say that.
at 7, and
that's
then
the part that
3 straight games.
It's
3
all been going down. That's weird.
In his last 3 starts, he has more walks than strikeouts. 18 innings, 9 walks to 8 strikeouts. That's the part that's so shocking. What I want Taj Bradley to do is, I'll live with a higher ERA if he's giving me a plus strikeout rate. But if you're getting less than a strikeout every 2 innings, basically, no, that's not it. That ain't working for me. So you got to watch the strikeouts out of him too.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's move on here to our next one, and another guy who I've learned to like because he has helped me win a league. But Freddy Peralta, Mr. Fastball Freddy, first few starts here, 18 innings, 22 Ks, .2 ERA, .72 WHIP, 2.60 Sierra. Last 14 though, 15.1 innings, only 14 Ks. So again, kind of like Taj Bradley, Ks have dropped. ERA has still been okay at 2.93. Like we'll take that in a heartbeat. The 1.5 WHIP is carry, and that's what has elevated his Sierra to 4.53 over those last 14 days. You know, the last couple of starts here. Bogman, what's your thoughts on Peralta the rest of the year here?
I think we got to hear CK's thoughts first. He's the Brewers guy here.
I like it.
What are we supposed to do with Freddy, CK?
You just keep playing him, but it's been a rough stretch of games here. And yes, ERA wise, it looks fine, but that's because the last game he gave up 2 solo home runs against the White Sox. Before that, it was against at San Francisco, which is one of the best places to pitch, and the strikeouts weren't there. But I think you just keep rolling him. But the strikeouts being down are concerning. He's actually, like you called him Fastball Freddy, and that's famously the nickname, and he's still throwing the fastball a lot, but he's like stopped using his slider this season, dropped down to his 4th most used pitch. That was always the 2nd most used pitch. So he's kind of messing with things a little bit right now, and we'll see if we can get him back on, but he's high enough. I can't imagine I have a good enough pitching staff where I'm not using Freddy Peralta.
Correct. So let me ask you this. Actually, Bogman, you answer this one then. So the last 4 seasons, including this one, WHIP of 1.04, WHIP of 1.12, 1.21, and now he's at a total of 1.07, although the last couple outings have been horrendous. Is he going to continue to have it rise overall? Like we've seen 1.04, 112, 121, or can he bring it back in? And really it's controlling the walks.
Yeah, I think, the walk rate is right about where it's been the last couple of years. It's not as bad as last year, 9.4. It's not as good as the year before that at 7.9. It's 8.8, so that's like right. It's a little bit below his career walk percentage. So I think he's fine there. You're right. The Sierra is high, but, not comparative to the ERA. The ERA is still, is it? 2.52. So, and the Sierra is not even bad. 3.73 is fine. So I think the issue to me with Freddie, what it always has been, is that they baby him. They don't want him going past 5 innings almost ever, right? Like that's just been Freddie in his career. 4 of 7 starts are right at 5 innings pitched. One was 5 1/3, one was 6, and somehow, by the grace of God, he threw an 8-inning outing, his 2nd start of the year, which will probably not happen again this season. They tried that piggyback nonsense with him. Was that last year or 2 years ago, CK? I can't remember when that was. But yeah, it's just he's had a weird career. He's a good pitcher that doesn't go deep into games. So you want him to get to 5 and get you the win. I think that's kind of what you're looking for. He's a good pitcher that just doesn't last long. So it looks weird. The walk percentage looks higher when he walks one guy because he's doing it on 15 outs. So K percentage probably a little inflated because of that as well. So I don't know. He's a fine starter. He's a borderline, top 25, 30 guy most seasons. So I'm just going to live with it.
So I never even thought about that until you said about it, the fact that he really never goes more than 5, right? I know I've noticed it, but never really thought to look at it. I just looked at Fangraphs real quick because I know they do the first time through order, 2nd time and 3rd, and even 4th. 3rd time in his entire career, the 3rd time through the order, his K per 9 rate drops from above 11 to 8.86. His walk per 9 goes from just above 3.2 to 4.18. So there's something to that, right? And I mean, I think until he can prove that that's not going to happen, I don't think the Brewers are very wrong about pulling him after 5 and 2.
Yeah, I mean, what has he gone over 150 innings twice in his career? Is the last 2 years. So they're figuring out how to extend him and keep him healthy. That's part of it. Every guy 3rd time through the order, their ERA goes up, their walk percentage goes up because now the batter's seen them 3 times, right?
And they're
tired, right? Yeah. So jinx there. But yeah, I mean, that's just the way it is. But with him, I feel like they don't want him to get hurt because they want him to last. So
they can't afford to have any
eventually
more
he's gonna
injured
be a
pitchers.
closer.
They cannot afford to have any more injured pitchers with the
Yeah, they got Myers
group we're up
back.
to here.
Yeah,
Ram.
Woodruff is still.
And Woodruff
out.
should be.
He should be coming back.
He's in
soon.
rehab,
He's
and he had a
a
rehab
high
start
yesterday.
yesterday. I would expect by the end of
Yeah.
May we see Woodruff.
Yeah.
Myers is up, Chad Patrick, and then we'll see when they get they've already shown that they have two like prospects who can. Logan Henderson can do it. He was up. He struck out 9 in 6 innings. They sent him back to AAA, which was irritating. And then Mizrowski looks pretty good right now down at AAA. He's actually throwing strikes. So at some point, if they actually get everybody healthy, I think the only 3 that are guaranteed a rotation spot are Peralta, Woodruff, and Quintana's done enough that I don't think he's leaving the rotation at this point. Everybody else is going to have to bat. Like when Priester's in there, he's actually pitched pretty decently at times. So we'll see how it all fits together, but they cannot afford any more injuries right now.
Can't have Logan Henderson up here. We've got Quinn Priester. We've got Tyler Alexander, Nestor Cortez starting games. We can't.
Don't forget Aaron Civale. Don't forget Aaron Civale, man. You can't get those.
I like me
stars out of here.
I like me some Myers. I think he'll get it together. He's a safe, kind of higher floor guy than a lot of people.
I have a bunch
He's
of shares
safe.
in Myers. Yeah.
I finally dropped him. I finally dropped him today. I just was like, I needed a streaming spot, and I was like, Myers will probably still be there in a few days if I really want him. But all right, let's move over here to some. Sorry, AJ, you want to say a couple things?
I was just going to say, that second game against KC with the 8 innings pitched, only 2 hits, no walks. That's really helped his whip kind of get to where it is. But, K's, he's got no less than 5, in only 1 game. Earned runs, same thing. He's only had 3 earned runs once so far this season. So everything else under that. Yeah, he is a good pitcher. I think, part of that could be because he's just able to strike guys out in the 15 or so outs he's getting. And then that works. He's not getting the damage against him. So I still like the ratios. I don't necessarily see them this good the rest of the year. I'll take it if they are, but I think that'll regress a little bit. But I'm still in on him for the season.
2 quick bonus ones. Just give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or yay, nay, if whatever you want to do. Do you think they can bounce back? Jeffrey Springs.
No.
I hate that ballpark.
As I say, it's all about. I've always said everything about Suter Health Park just terrifies me.
I'm out. Yeah. And Blanco.
He'll be better than he's been.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too.
Yeah,
he's not as good as he was last year, but he'll be better than what he's shown this year.
It's not hard for him to bounce back. Put it that way.
Right.
He was good the first couple of starts, but it's been pretty rough since. So, all right, let's move over here to Merrill Kelly, who has picked things up since the very slow start for him. The first couple of starts here, 15 innings, 7 Ks, 7.2 ERA, and a 1.6 WHIP. Since then, 17 and 2/3 innings, 18 strikeouts, 2.04 ERA, and a 0.68 WHIP. It's pretty sexy. Bogman.
Look, I love Merrill
Kelly.
He's my guy. I'm a D-backs fan. He went to my same high school about 10, 15 years after I did, by the way, but I can't remember where it was, but he is much younger than me. But look, you're going to get wins from Merrill. That's what you're going for. He's a streaming guy. The guy that you mentioned before, the guy that you started against the Pirates and the Marlins and all those teams, that's Merrill to me. And he's going to just be an injured guy probably for the rest of his career. He's keeps getting this cramping in his calf. He's like the pitching version of Josh Donaldson at this point with this calf thing and this cramping. So I love him. I root for him every time. I hope he wins a Cy Young. It's never going to happen. He's a wins guy that will provide you some nice innings against some bad teams. So he's a streamer. That's where Merrill Kelly probably needs to sit for most people.
I definitely rage dropped him like AJ after the first couple of starts, and of course the 9
that Yankees game.
It's really only one bad.
I mean,
that's the only bad one. Yeah.
But like the lack of strikeouts to me was like, what? And like, yeah, I get it. He's not like a huge strikeout guy, but man, I thought he was way better than that. He had 3 strikeouts in the first 2 games total, and I was like, nah, I'm out.
He's a 36-year-old.
It is also He has had a that's 6 games, right? The Cubs twice, who I believe are the highest scoring team in baseball. Atlanta, who I know they've officially been bad, but I don't believe them to be that bad. Baltimore, you guys should know that one. At New York, those are 5 pretty tough ones. And then notice I skipped Miami because that one is not so tough. But he also delivered 9 strikeouts over 6 innings in that game. It's really just the one game that's pulling him down, but. Like he said, it's a streamer. You can get plus 10,000 odds for Cy Young on Merrill Kelly on Caesars.
My God!
Thank God! Thanks for the plug, CK.
Yep.
Yeah,
everybody's running to make that bet.
Do you have a promo code for them, Corey? Jeez, man!
Like he said, he's interested. I just figured I'd check for you.
Man, we're all gonna look.
Swear
like
we are not. We're not affiliated.
Young, by the way.
Yeah.
YouTube, don't ban me. All right, let's move over here. Speaking of the Orioles, Sugano over here, pretty slow start. It wasn't horrible, but just very underwhelming. 14 innings, only 5 strikeouts, 3.86 ERA. Like that was okay. The 1.5, well, actually more than 1.5 ERA, not great. A 5.73 Sierra. Since then, really kind of picked it up. Strikeout's still not really there. 19 innings, 12 Ks. The ERA down to 2.37. The WHIP, 0.84. 3.59 Sierra. I think the WHIP, the control is I think, what I was expecting after spring training. And then it just sort of fell apart. And I was like, I'm not going to worry about it. I wasn't like, he was like a last round pick for me, basically, in any league I ever got him in. Bogman, what do you think about Sugano the rest of the year?
I think Merrill Kelly is 10,000 times more likely to win the Cy Young than Sugano is. Sugano, look, he had the one good weird start against the Yankees, which is kind of funny because Merrill got blown up by the Yankees. Taj got blown up by the Yankees.
The Orioles was great. Come to play against the Yankees. Did you just see we took the series against them, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I'm an Orioles fan back here. I don't know if you can see the Oriole bird bobblehead. It's
see my
he just
got lots of Orioles. Yeah.
There we go.
I appreciate it, but look, this guy's Sierra is high. His walk percentage is low, but his K percentage is 76, or his home run per 9 is 76 out of 86 qualified, and he's not striking anybody out. So when they hit the ball goes out, and they hit it a lot because he's not striking anybody out. So great that he's not walking anybody, but when you give him up gopher balls, no thank you. He didn't even strike guys out in Japan. So I'm not rostering Sugano.
Yeah, I'm not super interested, which is why I've already dropped him. Yeah. Anybody else think that he can like be this good the rest of the year?
The start against the Yankees makes me at least want to watch it more. If he's going to generate strikeouts, then at least I get somewhat interested. But no, until then, like you said, he had 9 strikeouts in his first 5 starts. He had 8 strikeouts against the Yankees. So the strikeouts have to be more like that. Otherwise, I have absolutely no interest.
Yeah, I'm on board with all that. I mean, I'm going to keep an eye on it, but maybe streaming if I like the matchup. But that's about it. I mean, the Orioles in general need to be better for me to actually like the matchup too.
So just something to think about. The Yankees strike out at one of the highest clips in the entire league.
That's because they're too busy hitting the ball over the wall the other times.
I get it, right?
Not against Sugano.
Sugano.
Yeah. They
hit the ball and it goes far. Well, and that's the team he struck out 8 against. So there you go. So I did have another one here. I went the wrong way with my sorting. There it goes. All right. I'm very curious on what everybody's thoughts are on Jake Irvin. He's had some really good starts. He's mixed in a couple of bad starts. He's kind of surprised me with some of the strikeout numbers he's had here and there. Anybody got any strong opinions on Jake Irvin? He's one who, outside of, I think he just started like yesterday. So
he just started yesterday, and
he got obliterated. But outside of that start, I think he's been pretty decent, and he's gotten better as the season has gone along until yesterday, unfortunately. Any strong opinions on Jake Irvin?
My strong opinion
No.
on Jake Irvin is that he is absolutely a streamer who I would use in certain matchups. So, like when he went to Colorado, I had him on a couple teams. I think he played Pittsburgh, and then he went to Colorado.
Yes.
Definitely did not keep him to go to Colorado, and he was awesome there. And so
You
I
benched
missed.
Dale yesterday too.
Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me of
By the
benching
way,
Dale
I mean
at
the
Colorado.
Rockies have 5 wins. We should be starting guys in Colorado,
Yeah,
even, maybe.
that's probably true. We can now start him at
AJ,
Colorado.
we said this last year when Dap
Yeah.
was here. Colorado is not as scary anymore. They just aren't a good offense. And they've even they've gotten worse this year. So
Yeah.
like I'm not scared about starting pitchers in Colorado anymore.
They need a dome. Get a dome
do
so you're
need a
not
dome.
a joke of a stadium and franchise. 5 wins. Pathetic.
I mean,
It's pretty good though. Back to Irvin, like other than the last start here against Philly, which isn't actually god awful. 6 innings, 6 earned is not terrible, but the strikeouts are kind of scary, or the home runs, excuse me, are kind of scary, right? 8 home runs, 7 starts. That's a lot. He's just been able to limit the earned runs.
How many were against Philly, Dodgers, and Arizona? Those are the 3.
Arizona 2, Philly 2. Who was the other one?
Dodgers.
He had 1.
So, I mean,
He had 2 in Colorado, but he only gave up 2 earned runs because
He's the guy you drop Sugano to pick up when he's got a good matchup. Like he's a streamer, probably a more locked in streamer than Sugano. I don't know. Flip a coin between him and Merrill. I'll take Merrill because I'm a complete homer. But you could take Jake Irvin.
I would say in wins leagues, yes, Merrill for sure. Quality starts, quality appearance leagues. You could probably it's very matchup dependent. I feel like I kept Irving in a league just because I feel like, and I didn't start him yesterday against Philly, but
that was good. That was
held on. I held on to him because I feel like his next projected start is supposed to be really good. So I was like, I'll just hang on to him for a little bit and not have to like go bid for him again. Cleveland's offense hasn't been great though. Like,
true.
I'll take that. And I feel like he can do it. Like he kind of shut down the Mets, and then that's been really good.
He's I don't know if I'd say he's been
Dodgers
better
in
at home.
Arizona were rough. So
Yeah.
But,
I mean, but he held Philly in check on opening, not opening day. Was it 3/29? No,
A couple days after 27.
Yeah. So he pitched well against him. He gave up 7 hits and 2 earned, but only walked 2, only had 2 Ks. Like that's the thing that worries me. Against Philly, who likes to strike out and just swing at everything that's right in the dirt.
2 Ks twice against Philly.
2 Ks against them twice. That's like his worst 2 outings for Ks. I don't understand that because
that was the funny thing for me.
That
was the funny thing for me, which is why I brought him up. 7 Ks against the Dodgers, and then of course, 6 against Pittsburgh, 9 against Colorado. Then it kind of went back down the Mets and the Phillies, but just to see him do 7 against the Dodgers, kind of piqued my interest. I was like, well, all right. And then he got Pittsburgh next, and I picked him up and was like, yeah, there we go. So, all right, that is it for the heat check segment of the show. We're gonna jump in here to our news roundup. So at least I'm calling it. I don't know if anybody else is, but you guys are gonna have to deal with it.
Sounds good.
Great name.
Get along, little cowboy.
There we go. I think ChatGPT told me to call it that, so I was like, yeah, sounds good to me. Bogman, what we do here is we just kind of rip through a bunch of injuries,
Sure.
newsworthy things, and then kind of pick or choose 1 or 2 that interest you the most and kind of go dive into them a little bit. So we got Tyler Glasnow on the IL with his shoulder. Cole Ragans missing his start because of the groin. I kind of doubt he's going to pitch his next start either. Like, I'm surprised he just won't put him on the IL. Logan Gilbert on the IL with forearm tightness, which we know what that usually leads to. Tyler O'Neill on the IL, shocker. Garrett Mitchell on the IL. Dylan Moore on the IL. Jordan Westburg on the IL. More Orioles injured players. Jake Berger, this one's new. Sent down to AAA. Yeah, that happened just a few hours ago.
I was gonna say, what? When
Yeah,
did this
brand
happen?
new, man. That is brand new. And then
He
so
played today.
injury returns. Luis Arraez, AJ, you got your boy in that trade back. He came off. Tony Gonsolin started yesterday. So did Lucas Giolito. I know Giolito did all right. I did not.
Gonsolin was amazing.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah.
And now Lance McCullers is back this Sunday as well. And AJ, Rangers Suarez is back on Sundays. Please, somebody take the Rangers Suarez one so AJ doesn't rant for 10 minutes on the Phillies. I'm kidding.
I can.
I kid, kind of. Not. I don't know. All right, Bogman, I'll let you have first pick here, man. Pick one or two, maybe three. There's a lot this week, so I've had it.
Welsh and I on ITL today were talking about our Diamondbacks closing situation here with Martinez going on the IL.
I was going to do all those a little later because the closing stuff is a much deeper topic. So
my bad. I thought you said that. I was just looking at the notes. I was like, what do I actually even want to talk about?
I know.
Here?
I'm sorry. I didn't tell you. I told Corey before the show I'm going to pull those out and make them later.
But all right, we'll do that. We'll do that one in a minute. But I guess the other ones here, like who is playing third or first, I guess, for the Rangers now? That Jake Burger. And by the way, the Rangers are supposed to have this amazing lineup this year. Jock Peterson, cold as ice. Jake Burger sent down. Seager hurt. So now they're like right back where they were last season. And Jacob deGrom has not hit his stride.
They pulled up Blaine Krim. I don't know who that is.
Okay. All right. That's a creative player on MLB The Show, I feel like. But
Blaine for Burger, I don't like it.
Look, this lineup has gone because Simeon hasn't gotten on his horse yet either, right? Like,
and Seager's out.
Yeah,
it's really Wyatt Langford and Josh Smith are the two best hitters on that team right now.
Yeah, and of course Smith can't play against lefties, or at least they don't play him against lefties. So there you go.
And that's your
plays everywhere. I guess he's just going to play first now. So
you send your number 3 hole batter down to AAA. I feel like
we actually owe AJ an apology because I believe you cut him earlier in the year, and we all said, "Wow, what are you doing?" And maybe you were right. So I think we actually owe you an apology. So
you do.
Do you not know how this show works? We never gave AJ credit.
I'm just saying. I will apologize to you, AJ, for making.
I drafted him in my 18th round, and then I immediately dropped him on April 3rd.
Wow.
Remember who
April 3rd. That's still too early. You know what? He got sent down, and you're still wrong. April 3rd is way too early to cut.
A whole month
to correct my mistake, I did pick him back up on Monday, the 21st of April.
Monday the 21st, after he sucked.
So you made the smart move,
but he got hot.
Yeah.
So
well, apparently not hot enough for the Rangers.
Yeah.
No, I mean he had a couple.
I think we found the problem. You need to drop him again.
That's right.
As soon as you drop him, he's going to.
Well, I'm ready to now. I mean, it's like an unnecessary rage drop because screw you. You went to AAA. You're off my team. Don't come back. But yeah, I luckily rode a wave through the end of last week and was able to. He was part of it. Still end up taking my matchup. But yeah, it was like enough offensive players that I always had this many out, and then I had plug and play guys to take over for it. So I thankfully had a full lineup.
I was actually at the game when Berger tore his Achilles in spring training.
Oh,
yeah. We were sitting right by third base. He rounded first or second, I can't remember which one, and just went down in a pile. And he is a big boy. It took them a while to get him up on that cart and get him out.
Did you feel it in your feet? Did the ground shake?
Yeah. When he fell over, my chair shook a little bit. Big boy.
Goodness.
I'll take some of these pitcher injuries here. So
man, how about it?
So Tyler Glasnow got injured. I know it's a shocker to everyone. The shoulder is a new one as far as I'm concerned. I think it's a new one for him, but we already saw how they're handling Blake Snell's shoulder. Now, maybe this sounds less severe, but I don't expect to see Tyler Glasnow probably till June sometime. Cole Ragans, like Joe said, I don't know why they didn't put him on the injured list. I don't think he's going to pitch yet this week. Probably sometime.
I think he did a bullpen today.
Did he? Okay.
So
He
he
was
might be
scheduled to pitch
okay.
yesterday, right? So maybe I know they said they wanted to
he
get
was
him out
projected
there
to pitch
Sunday.
Tuesday or
was supposed
Monday,
to-
and then they
yeah.
pushed him back, and he didn't pitch. But
Oh,
I'm hoping
next-
to get one out of him yet this weekend. So because I did start him in the
he
league
will not.
where in a week.
He is currently scheduled for Monday. He
Yay.
was scheduled for Sunday, but now it looks like they pushed him back.
I benched him.
okay.
Just was like, nah,
Hilarious.
I can't.
I'm playing
I can't do
the
it.
guy that has.
Logan Gilbert, forearm tightness sucks. It does not sound unbelievably terrifying yet, but I don't think we'll see him till June either. And so pitcher injuries are not good. The Jordan Westburg injury kills me on like every single team because I have him on almost every team at my second base position.
You beat me to him in all
Yeah.
those leagues as well, and now I'm kind of happy you did.
Thanks. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah,
I mean, he's only hitting 217 before he went down. So
yeah.
Wait,
you know.
we ride with our guys around here, Bogman. Brian Reynolds and Jordan Westburg.
Yeah.
The whole Orioles.
Enjoy your
offense
8th
is
place finish.
Oh,
Get some DMX pumping in the background. I need a ride or die, bitch. The only
talk
thing I'll
Tony
say
Gonsolin
about
for a second.
what's that?
This
I want to
guy,
talk Tony Gonsolin.
he would not shut up about Tony Gonsolin yesterday after we're done with our football podcast.
Right. Dude, 6 innings, 3 earned, including one was undeserved. I went back and watched some of that. It was like a ball that should have been grabbed. It should have been an unearned run. 6 innings, 3 earned, struck out 9. Now it's the Marlins. He gets the Marlins again next week. Like, you should make sure that you have Tony Gonsolin on your team because they're actually out of pitchers too. Like, usually they can baby these guys, but Snell's hurt, Glasnow's hurt, Bobby Miller's terrible. Like, they actually need Tony Gonsolin
Their
to pitch for
bullpen
a
hasn't
while.
been great either. Weird.
They're talking about starting.
So.
They're talking about stretching out Ben Kasparius. If I'd have told you it's May 1st and the Dodgers are talking about stretching out Ben Kasparius to be a starting pitcher, when we said
I'd
they
have
have
thought a
50
plane went
pitchers.
down.
Yeah, right.
Honestly,
Exactly.
Like,
They had like 9 starting
crazy.
pitchers. Yeah,
But that's
Totally
where we're at.
nuts.
So I'm in. Like, Tony Gonsolin, I'm writing the waiver wire for the. He's on it, and he will be one of the top waiver ads.
Tony Gonsolin,
I-
man over here.
Basically, everybody that's
dude,
on this
Corey,
list.
what did I say? We should go grab Gonsolin in that one league. Did we actually? I don't
I
remember.
think we
Did we
got
get
him,
him?
didn't we? I think you did.
I hope we did.
You get him for $1 too.
Yeah.
We might
It's pretty
have.
cheap. It's
Yeah.
like $12.
Now-
I think. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Now I gotta go look it up.
That's my
I
hype
remember
guy.
being
I'll
like-
hype him up. Heck yeah. The
Thank-
Cat Man.
Yeah. Thankfully,
Speaking of,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
up, Captain?
yeah,
My
the
cat
team I'm
just
playing
bit the crap
has
out of me.
picked up Ben Kasparius, and I
we
guess
did
hopes that
get
he
him, but
would
we didn't
start.
start him.
Oh,
He has-
against the
brutal.
Marlins? What?
We
Okay.
started
Why did you
Erod
not
for this
start him?
2-start because we started
Oh.
Erod in his 2-start week.
Oh,
Also
Erod
against
got
the Marlins.
crushed the
He
other
got
day.
crushed.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Probably because
Yes,
I
he
drafted
did.
him
Brutal.
after his last start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was. He started out hot, and I was all happy about the Erod signing for my D-backs too because I called it like 2 years ago. I was like, they need a lefty. They're gonna sign Erod, and they signed him. He didn't play at all, and then started out hot, but the
He
last
started
two,
really
got
good.
crushed.
You know, like
Yeah.
he was serviceable.
I mean, he's-
and yeah,
He's a
the-
streamer.
the-
He's a streamer
wishy-washy
also, in
anyway.
my
the numbers
opinion.
weren't
He's a
like
streamer in my opinion.
mind blowing, but they were streamable, and that's what
Right.
he was for me.
I think
at
he's
least.
like slightly better than a streamer because when he's good and he's on, he's good for
Mhm.
like 5 or 6 starts. But
Well,
then
yeah.
once the wheels come off, they come off for a couple starts as well. So
exactly.
Well, AJ, you and I were talking after the show last week when he was starting, and it was like he's doing awesome. He's doing awesome. He got pulled 5
And then-
2/3. The reliever comes in and allows 2 runs in. And they're like,
Immediately
no.
Inherited runners to score.
been the
Like, that-
bullpen.
that drives
Been the
me
bullpen this
insane.
year.
Because
Sounds to me
it
like-
happened to me. It happened to me again.
Oh, no, it was 6 2/3. Like he never goes that long either, which is like
No,
why was he even
it
still
was
in the
like,
game?
okay, he was good, and then they still screwed it. And then this week the same thing happened to me with Wheeler. Like, okay, here we go. He
Wow.
he got
You're not
screwed,
sitting
and then
Miller, but
no, I know I'm not sitting him, but it was just like
so
I should have had a win, but thanks to Matt Strom letting an inherited run in, it got
So
closer. And then Kirkering.
yeah. Oh my god, I've dropped him by the way. Even in
sucks.
holds
He's
leagues, I'm
fucking
like,
garbage.
I was so excited.
He's not even
for him.
hot garbage. He is tepid garbage.
Yeah, anyway. So
Rant some
I'm
over.
I'm curious. I did not. I was like, we're done with the Phillies. I'm curious here. Lance McCullers has not been on my mind forever, right? And rightfully so. Dude hasn't pitched since 2022. What are we getting from them? Like,
don't blink.
I have no idea. Like,
Don't blink. Oh man.
I mean, it's
I
not
mean,
flies
listen.
when you're not in the majors.
Yeah, listen.
What are you gonna say?
Here's the good thing. He doesn't have a bunch of innings on his arm, right? He should be nice and fresh. So
It's true.
there's
Oh my
that.
God.
But
That's what I thought
mean,
last year. It's
isn't
like,
he
yeah, he's
just like
totally
trying
fresh.
to play out this absurd?
he at least gets the
contract
White
he got or
Sox to
something?
start out.
I have absolutely no confidence in Lance.
None.
McCullers.
No.
I'd say
How
that at
could
all.
you? I mean, the White
Just
Sox
none.
start him on Sunday, but again, don't blink. He'll be gone in a flash.
I have
So,
very little confidence in Lucas Giolito, and I would play him 20 times out of 20 times over Lance McCullers at this time.
same.
Yeah.
Preach.
Yeah. The only thing that I'll say about Glasnow is that Ty rhymes with I, and the next letter after it is L. So IL was just written in his name. It's happening. You should know this going into it.
What? Oh my gosh.
That's what I do. Numbers
Not
is even
following that
worse.
logic tree. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. What the
Tyler.
fuck, Joe? Come on.
It's him and Tyler O'Neill.
I don't listen to AJ
Yeah.
very often. No, I
That's
just
your problem.
laugh. So I just laugh, right? Tyler
Listen to him with that
Glasnow.
Jake Berger call.
I don't know listen to
All right.
AJ enough.
I'm going to drop Jake Berger on air because of this news. It's not even
He'll
a
get
page
called
drop.
back up
It's
in a
just-
week,
It's just an annoyance drop.
and it's gonna go
It's a
up
tepid
Berger
drop.
and
like
drop.
10 home runs for the rest of the
Fine.
month of May. So
Probably.
I sort of chuckle, right? So Glasnow, we know he's injury prone, all this stuff. My mantra is I do not go after pitchers that are already injured in spring, coming off of injury, or injury prone. I don't. They already are injury and
And you can field a team like that? You can find 9 pitchers that qualify?
you try.
Okay, just
But-
want to make sure.
What was it?
Nice.
I don't want to call him out, so I'm not going to say his name. But he says my rotation in Discord, my rotation of Strider, Glasnow, and McClanahan not doing great. Like I don't know what you expected.
You must have deep ILs.
You weren't doing great to start the season. What I mean, what is
And then
that? You
Corey
had
follows
one
it
of
up,
those
so I am
three.
going to call you out, Corey. My Gilbert, Snell, Glasnow, now Arrighetti, I get it, but Ronaldo Lopez, now he was a later pick, but like,
Yeah.
Okay,
Oof.
it was a
Those are
dynasty
some
league
rough
team that I
runs.
won last year.
oh, okay,
asshole.
well you didn't say that. Oh no, it does say
Calm
dynasty
down
team.
there.
Sorry, it does say dynasty team. My bad. I can read. All right. Let's get into
I
that
can
closer
read.
situation stuff. Let's get into that closer carousel talk here. So I'm just gonna rip them all off and then take one or so. So the Yankees, Devin Williams demoted, Luke Weaver in. Hot seat time in Cleveland. Clase possibly off. Cade Smith in maybe. The Giants have officially made the switch, at least temporarily. Ryan Walker out, Doval in. The Diamondbacks, man, what a mess. Out AJ Puck and now Justin Martinez also. Like we kind of saw that one coming from a mile away. Velocity has been down for him, and he got crushed yesterday, I believe. So I don't know. I feel like there's another one that I'm not thinking. I think the Rangers one is sort of another
Chris
one.
Martin.
Yeah, Rangers
Chris
is
Martin
back.
is going to be likely stepping in soon. But if I'm missing one, go ahead and say it too. But there's a lot, it feels like right now. But Bogman, which one interests you the most to talk about here?
Weaver definitely
Yeah.
is like that. That guy needs to be at the top of all the fab bids and everything if he wasn't already. So, yeah, Weaver seems like the guy in New York. You would expect at some point this season they give it back to Devin, but I don't know when that's going to be. And if Weaver is looking like he did last year, why would they? So,
I agree.
Devin Williams can be a super expensive setup guy right now, I guess. But that's the most interesting one. But the D-backs one, that's the one for me. Welsh and I were arguing on ITL today because Shelby Miller came in and got the save. And he's going to get, while these guys miss time, I think Martinez probably down for a month. I think they transferred AJ Puck to the 60-day IL today too, so he's going to miss at least another month, and he's really probably looking more like 6 to 8 weeks. So we'll see about him, but I think Ginkel is going to get after 7, 8, 9, whatever inning the top of the order comes in, that's where Ginkel comes in. So if that's in the 9th, he'll get save opportunities as well. If it's in the 7th, he'll come in the 7th. That's exactly what they did with him today. They had the top of the order coming up for the Mets. He came in, gave up a bomb, got Lindor, gave up a bomb to Soto, let the next 2 guys on, and then struck the next 2 guys out. So he made me sweat a lot doing it, but he did get in there, but then Shelby Miller came in for the save. So I think that's kind of what the D-backs are going to end up doing is play fireman for Ginkel and Miller with most saves.
Miller's been good though, man. Like
he has been.
I kind of like him.
I can't bring myself to like Shelby Miller because he was, what was it? The Dansby Swanson trade. So yeah, and we got nothing out of him, and then we signed him in free agency, and now he's good. Thanks a lot. Could have had a bunch of years of Dansby.
So I'll add this about Devin Williams. You mentioned they might give him the job back. We had a guy in our Discord, one of our members here, ask about oh man, someone just dropped Devin Williams. Bad idea to pick him up and hold? And I'm like, unless you have really deep benches or you're in a 16 team league, 15, 16, no, because literally I don't know when he's coming back up. He needs to put together multiple games of almost flawless outings in a row for them to have faith in him again. Now they paid him enough, so they're going to give it back to him, right? If he could do that, they're going to give it back to him, but he has to do it because Weaver's been lights out.
Yeah.
And they're trying to win this division. They're trying to win a World Series. They've got to get there. Pitching is a bad spot for the Yankees right now. Is probably the only reason why they're not they've lost as many games as they have. But yeah, I'm interested in Corey or AJ. What's your guys' thoughts here on Class A? Yikes.
My biggest thing is how much did you pay up in drafts to get this guy? I mean, he was probably the top
two closer.
Number 2 closer off. 4th, 5th round, maybe, depending on the size of your league.
3rd round at NFBC.
yeah, exactly. I mean, that hurts. That hurts big time. And he's been so good. So I don't know what to think of it, honestly. I mean, I would hope that he'll be able to fix whatever's going on, because he was so dominant last year, and now he's just not. I mean, this is the story with closers every year. I feel like we talk about this, but it's why a lot of leagues have gone saves holds instead of just straight saves.
I think they already went back to Class A. I think they already sort of did.
They did yesterday.
Yeah, Cade Smith came in the 7th. He got the first off, Cade Smith's one of the best relief pitchers in baseball. He honestly might be one of the best 10 relievers in the game. If they didn't have Class A, he would be a top 10 closer instantly. But I think they already went back to Class A, and I think you should have Cade Smith. Cade Smith should be on a roster in every league.
Right. Well, I don't think they've actually gone away from Class A yet.
They said they were going to give him some lower leverage, and then it lasted all of one.
But they never did.
Yeah, they gave it. It was one game. Yeah. He pitched the 7th. Cade Smith closed it out, and then the next game, Class A closed it out. But I think to AJ's point, this season in particular, right? Yeah. I felt like the top end of the closers were more expensive than they've ever been. And, this is a story with closers. A lot of times it's usually not these top end guys that are, getting drummed out of their jobs so quick, but almost every closer is a failed starter. These guys fail. It's what they do. It's super annoying when you're watching your favorite team blow leads, like when Eduardo comes out, the other day and the bullpen blows it or they get hurt or whatever. But that's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
I'll do Ryan Walker.
Yeah. I was just going to say Shelby Miller and AJ Puck are both former starters turned closers.
I'll take Ryan Walker because I had him as I think I had him above Edwin Diaz, which was unpopular in my rankings, and he's delivered nearly 6 ERA with, I don't think he has 4 or 5 saves, and Doval has about the same. I also it's been basically 2 bad outings, and his big thing has been they go days on end where they don't get any work for anybody, and then they'll pitch him, and then the next day they'll get a save, and then they've been going to Camilo Doval. So I actually don't think Ryan Walker is in danger of losing that job yet. But Camilo Doval's good. I'm still good with Ryan Walker. The other one that we should mention on this list is the fact that Alexis Diaz got sent down to the minors, so one less mouth to feed in Cincinnati. Not that he has actually been anywhere close to a save opportunity. They still refuse to give it to Tony Santillan, even though he's clearly the best relief pitcher in the bullpen. We just keep rolling with Emilio Pagan, but that one's someone to watch. And Trevor McGill is what's the word? Erratic in Milwaukee. He got the save against the White Sox, but it has been rough. And Craig Yoho got hammered today. I know everybody wants Craig Yoho to be a thing. It was today instead of Yoho today against the White Sox. And so
why not YOLO?
We haven't had a lot of save chances.
Yoho was low.
He has not had many save chances at all, and he's blown 2 of them.
Milwaukee,
another one. Like, I think he has more time. I'm not ready to say McGill's coming out of it, but they have not had many situations. And so then when you blow, I think he's blown 2 out of 4 or something like that. So it seems to stand out. I think he's got more leash, but you should. Abner Uribe is another one. If you're speculating, take a chance on it.
The Cardinals are about to get a king's ransom for Ryan Helsley. With all of these closers being so dog water, they are going to get a king's ransom for Helsley.
I
wonder who can go get him.
Philly could go get him. They have a lot of decent prospects, but
you guys have like 13 closers in your bullpen already.
They all suck. They all just fucking
pick one
suck.
And stick with him.
No,
Corey, the other joke
the Rangers.
I was just going to say, I remember the days when Emilio Pagan and Jose Alvarado were like duking it out in fucking Tampa, trying to figure out which one was going to close. They were both really good then. And Alvarado's still good, but he scares the crap out of me.
Why are we
throw
debating
100?
This? We know where Helsley's going to go. He's going to go to the Dodgers.
God damn it!
But how are they going to get him?
Why not?
Money.
They have 7,000 prospects.
Glasnow.
They have 7,000 prospects. They'll give him a prospect. He'll pitch the 5th
Glasnow.
They'll help Glasnow. They're like, look, he's healthy.
We'll give you Glasnow
He's
and
really
all the
good
money
when
to
he's
pay
healthy.
for him. Yeah, we'll give you Glasnow and all the money to pay his contract. Just give us
Actually,
that'd be interesting.
Helsley to your Diamondbacks makes a lot of sense.
It does.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it would cost Jordan Lawler, I think. So
yeah, it probably would cost Jordan Lawler.
I don't know if I want to give up a batter like him for a closer. So that's why I'm saying
you did give up
somebody's
Anthony
going to get
Swanson for Shelby Miller. So.
Yeah, I know. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's give up Paul Gold.
Do we need
you gave him Swanson for a closer.
Luke Weaver. Yeah, Luke Weaver is good. Not on our team anymore. Traded Goldschmidt for him. Ugh.
Yeah.
Closers, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of who.
But
hey, who knows? Maybe the Yankees go after him, thinking Devin Williams doesn't pan out. You know what? You know who actually would probably do it? The Red Sox. They need a legit closer.
I like Chapman and Slayton.
Yeah, but
good. I like those two.
If you can get a lockdown guy that you could just trust and then have those two get you there, that would
That's
be
a playoff bullpen. Yeah.
That'd be good. That'd be really good for them. But all right, that is all we've got for the show tonight. I want to thank you for tuning in for some fantasy baseball heat check and then some. Bogman, before we let you go, man, thanks for coming on tonight. And before we let you go, let everybody know where they can find you, what you got going on, man.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you for having me, guys. This is fun. Love talking some ball. Beats digging ditches anyway, right? So look, at Bogman Sports, if you're listening for baseball, me and the Welsh Prospect One, the big prospect guys over at Fantasy Pros as well. We do 2 shows a week for In This League, have been doing for about 14 years now. So check that out. I'm over on Fantasy Pros doing a lot of football coverage on the Dynasty Pod with Pat Fitzmaurice. We're going to have Jake Seeley on this week, so that should be fun as well. And the War Room just ended with CK and I, but we do that every year, and we'll have one probably in a couple months here to talk about some 2026 prospects as well. So at Bogman Sports on the Twitter, X, however you want to call it, you'll find all my stuff there. Appreciate you guys having me.
That was good, man. Yep.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for coming out.
Hopefully we can do it again soon. Have a good night. Alrighty. So that's it for the show, everybody. AJ, it was really funny. The other joke I had lined up was about you coming prepared with another Phillies rant on about their bullpen. So it was
There I am.
pretty spot on that you did it anyway.
Yeah, I did finally call in to WIP, the local news station or sports news, whatever. And I got through, and I was going to talk Kirkering and just blast him, mostly for the Diamondback series, because I still blame him more than I blame Craig Kimbrell. Kimbrell has his fair share of blame, but either way, that's a different story for another time.
I mean to have you keep going, but okay, all right.
That's how I keep doing.
Sorry,
so I keep bringing it up. So
I got you too excited. You cracked another beer. I'm gonna stop now before you keep going. All right, everybody, if you're still here, hit that subscribe button, hit that little like button, that little bell, and leave us some comments. We'd love to hear from you. Peace.
Later.